Okay, so from this certain program, you have to derive the control flow graph. So this is a control flow graph that we have derived from this program. So how this thing happens? So first one is if A is 300, and second one, then if B is greater than C, this condition, if the condition is true, then it goes to the third line, else it goes to the fourth line and it ends. Okay, so another one is sixth one. Okay, why we are using both end if to end if here, which means so there is one inside loop and one outside loop. Okay, so this loop, if the condition is false, it goes out to this loop and executes print A. So that is called, we are using to end if. So that's why the loop coverage is more important when it comes to the control flow graph. So this is the control flow graph that we have derived. So why this one line is connected to the sixth line means this condition is true or false, it goes to this end if. If it is false, it directly goes for the outer loop and executes. Okay, so now you have to derive how many independent paths and what is the control flow graph, the cyclometric complexity, and you have to derive how many test cases are there. So first of all, you have to draw out the independent paths. So first path is 1, 2, 3, 5 and 6. So 1, 2, 3, 5 and 6. So the next path is 1, 2, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, and next direct path is 1 to 6. Okay, so these are the three independent paths that you got up from this graph, and now you have to find out the cyclometric complexity V of G. So how many edges and how many nodes? So edges means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 edges, and nodes means there are totally 6 nodes. 7 minus 6 plus 2, so totally 3. So V of G is 3. Now you have to find out how many regions are enclosed. So one region and another one outer region. Okay, so V of G is equal to number of regions plus 1. So 2 plus 1 is 3. Okay, now you have to find out predicate nodes. So V of G equal to P plus 2. Okay, so the predicate node is, if you have more than outgoing edge, then it is considered as a predicate node. So 2 is having more than one outgoing edge and 1 is having more than one outgoing edge. So 1 and 2 are the predicate nodes. So other nodes is having only one connectivity. So if you are having two connectivity for a particular node, then you have to consider it as a predicate node. So 2 plus 1 is 3. Okay, so these are all the things. So everything is 3. So if the value is 3, then the control flow graph that you have constituted is true. Then you have to find out how many test cases are there. So test cases means the conditions. Okay, so then if, then and else. So these 3 are conditions. Okay, so totally 3 test cases you have for this derived program. So test cases is 3. So in this way you can define the control flow graph and you can constitute whether the given certain program is correct or not. Okay. So if you constitute for an odd or even program, then it is easy. You will be having only one condition. So 1 plus 1 will be 2 and cyclometric complexity also will be 2, predicate node will be also 2 and test cases will also be 2. So in such a way you can define these things. So these are the basic things which comes under the basis path testing. So first one is branch coverage, path coverage, statement coverage, decision, condition and loop. So all are different in this coding concept. Branch coverage defines whether if the condition is true, then the true branch is executed. If the condition is false, then the false branch is executed. Then what is path coverage? Path coverage means the number of the paths that is traversable in this coding segment. So if path, else path, nested if path, while path, do paths. So everyone is connected with path. So condition means whether the app condition is satisfying for the particular program. So you have to check out all these conditions. So everything has to be executed at least once. Okay, it should not be executed more than once. So the conditions that which you are giving has to be executed once. So loop testing, loop means the loops, the iterations, the repetitions, whether it is going directly to that particular loop or it is going to the outer loop. So everything you have to check. So these are all the things which comes under basis path testing. So when in this thing, if you want to summarize these things, so the first one is it is a white box testing. So white box testing means it is glass box or structural box with the internal nodes, the conditions, the decisions, and everything is tested internally. Only the developers will intervene into the code. The testers can't intervene. Testers will be carried out with the black box because they will be checking out with the logic, the conditions, and everything. Okay, but test case like black box means they will be focusing only on the outward environment, and in white box they will be focusing on the inside environment. So these are the two techniques, and this way you can derive out the concepts, and this is the basic systematic protocol to define the basis path testing. Thank you.